Chapter 14 of The Science of Psychic Healing by Yogi Ramatraka. Suggestive treatments. In giving suggestive treatments, the healer should always carry in his mind a mental picture of the conditions that he wishes to bring about. This mental picture will enable him to give the proper suggestions easily and instinctively, besides giving the patient of the effects of the projected thought, according to the lines of thought transference, which last phase of the subject will be touched upon in the chapters treating upon mental healing. The healer should acquaint himself with the conditions which he wishes to bring about and which will be described in this chapter, and then proceed to suggest closely upon those lines. It is always well to begin the first treatment by a little conversation to the patient concerning the power of the mind over the body and the wonderful effect that mental suggestions have over the affected parts. Be careful and do not get into theory or complicated details, for remember that the patient has not advanced as far in the subject as you have, and theory and details will only confuse him. Stick to the effects to be produced, and content yourself with speaking of the power of the mind over the bodily organs, etc., without launching long theories of the various planes of mind, etc. Let the patient know what you expect to do and accomplish, and so far as possible, get him to cooperate with you by forming a mental picture as you suggest to him. You will notice that in the general treatment that we give here, we have included suggestions that give the patient an additional idea of the power of the mind. It is well to do this occasionally in order to keep up with the interest in the treatment, which is highly important. For the degree of interest is often the degree of receptivity to the treatment. In giving treatment, do not strive to repeat the exact words of our general treatments. Get the idea and give it your own words. Your own words will mean more to you, and you will be able to enter into the spirit of the thing better than by merely repeating the words of others. The following is a fair general treatment. General suggestive treatment. After getting the patient to relax and placing himself in a quiet, easy, restful position, say to him, "Now, Mr. or Mrs. X, you are resting easy, quiet, and composed. Your body is at rest. Every muscle is relaxed. Every nerve is at rest. You are feeling quiet, calm, and restful all over from head to foot. Quiet, restful, and easy. Your mind is calm and composed, and you will let my healing suggestions sink deep, deep down in your subconscious mind, that they may manifest health and strength for you. Like a seed that is planted in good soil, they will grow and bear good fruit of health and strength for you. I shall begin by strengthening your stomach and organs of nutrition, for from those organs you obtain the nourishment which will build you up and give you new strength. It will cause your stomach to digest the proper amount of food and then assimilate it and convert it into nourishment that will be carried to all parts of your body, building and strengthening cells, parts, and organs. You need perfect nourishment, and I am going to cause your organs of nutrition to give it to you. Your stomach is strong and able and willing and ready to do good work for you and to digest the food needed for your nourishment. It will begin today, right now, to manifest strength and power so that it will digest your food and properly nourish you. You must get the proper nourishment in order to be well, and therefore we begin right here at the stomach. Your stomach is strong, and well and ready to begin its work. You will begin to feel this increase of strength in the stomach. You are beginning to feel it now, and you will find that day by day it will become stronger and stronger and will do its work better and better each day. Your stomach and organs of nutrition are ready to do their work properly and will begin to send nourishment to all parts of the body. And that is what you need. That is what you need. I can send impulses to those tired organs and giving them new strength and health and power, and you will be conscious of the improvement at once. Remember now, nourishment, nourishment, nourishment. That is what we are after for you. And that is what we will get right now, right from the beginning. And I expect you to cooperate with me and try to think bright, happy, and cheerful thoughts all the time, all the time. Bright, cheerful, and happy thoughts will drive away the disease conditions, will drive them away, I say. Think bright, cheerful, and happy thoughts, and you will find a decided improvement in your mental and physical states. Remember now, bright, cheerful, and happy. Commit the words to memory and repeat them often. Now, we are going to equalize your circulation. Next to nutrition, the circulation is the most important thing. You will begin right now to manifest an equal and proper circulation all over your body from head to foot, from head to foot. The blood will course freely and easily through your entire body, from head to foot, carrying with it nourishment and strength to every part. It will return carrying with it the waste matter of the cells and organs and parts, which will be burnt up in the lungs and expelled from the body, being replaced by the fresh, good material in the blood. Now breathe deeply several times and burn up the waste, diseased matter that the blood is carrying back with it to be burnt up by the oxygen in the lungs, which you have breathed into it. You are breathing in health, and strength, I say, and you will feel better from now on. Practice deep breathing occasionally and think that you are drawing in health and strength and breathing out the old diseased conditions. For that is just what you are doing. Perfect circulation all over the body and proper breathing to assist in the good work. You must begin also to get rid of the waste products of the system by drinking the proper amount of water each day. You must increase your supply of fluids. You must have a glass of water near, and you must occasionally take a sip or so from it, saying, I am taking this water to cleanse my system from impurities and to bring about new, normal, and healthy conditions. Do not neglect this, for it is most important. A plant needs water in order to be healthy, and so do you. So do not neglect the water. Your increased fluid supply will cause your bowels to move regularly every day, and thus carry off the waste matter in the system. Your bowels will begin tomorrow morning to move naturally and easily, and you will soon get into a regular habit. You must assist me in this work by holding the thought occasionally that your bowels will begin to move naturally. Now we have begun the good work, and you must keep it up. You will begin to get nourishment from your food by reason of the improvement in your organs of nutrition. Every part of you is being strengthened, and day by day you will note an improvement. Your circulation will be equalized, and your general system will be benefited thereby. You'll breathe freely, and thus strengthen the body and also burn up the old waste materials. You will get rid of the old waste matter by taking additional fluids, as I have said, and your bowels moving properly will rid your system of the poisonous debris of the system. You will be bright, cheerful, and happy, strong and well. You are stronger all over, from head to foot, and every organ, cell, and part is functioning properly now, and health and strength and energy and vigor are coming to you right now. Then give specific suggestions regarding the particular part that seem to be giving the trouble. The suggestions being modeled along the lines of what you want. Suggestion that the pain will leave and that the normal conditions will begin to reassert themselves. You will find that the general treatment given above will work a great improvement in those treated by it, irrespective of the local nature of their trouble. Their secret is that if you manage to restore proper normal conditions of nutrition, assimilation, and elimination, the rest takes care of itself. A man or a woman with perfect digestion, assimilation, and elimination, that is with proper nutrition and proper clearing away of the ashes of the system, cannot help being a well person. We urge you to carefully read our book, Hatha Yoga, and acquaint yourselves with the importance of these things. You may work in the teachings of Hatha Yoga in your suggestions, and the advice thus given will be the greatest value and importance to the patient. Acquaint yourself with the rules of right living as given in our book Hatha Yoga, and you will have the secret of health in your hands. By suggesting these things to patients, you will fix the ideas in their minds by suggestion and change their habits of living from imperfect to perfect, so that when you give them well, they will stay well. Suggestion along these lines will prove a godsend to the people you treat, if you will, but fix the idea firmly in your own mind, so that you may be able to pass it on to them the same way. You will find that imperfect nutrition and constipation are the principal things to overcome, no matter what is their nature of the complaint. Explain this to your patient and tell him that by suggestion, you will restore the normal conditions, which you will be able to do. In cases of female trouble, such as imperfect menstruation, etc., the above treatment will work wonders. Give the suggestions of regular menstruation just as you gave the suggestion of normal action of the bowels. The principle is the same. Tell the patient to look forward to the time of the regular menstrual period with confidence and let her fix her mind on the date sometime ahead. In a month or so, regular habits will be restored in many cases. It is not necessary for us to go into detail about the treatment of various complaints by suggestion. We have given you the master key, and you can readily adapt the treatment to all kinds of troubles. Remember always, however, to insist upon proper nutrition and elimination and equalize circulation with breathing, for these things constitute an universal panacea. Read over the other forms of psychic healing mentioned in this book. You will get a little something from each of them. I just love this power of suggestion, the way they're sharing it, but also in a more broad way, like the way we talk to ourselves. When I was on that hike on Saturday, it was a 5 mile or a 4 mile hike or something, and it was going to take us 3 hours. And about 10 minutes in, I said to my friend, "Is this an intermediate trail?" And she said, "Yeah." And I was like, "I would have thought you would have picked a beginner trail for the 4 of us who never hike." And we had no choice but to keep going. And it was really funny watching myself self-talk to myself going through that. Like, you are stronger than you think you are. Your body will be fine. Just keep going. Just keep breathing. Deep breath. And I had to share that information with the group a few times. Show that power of suggestion to them.
It is super powerful. It is. It responds, the body.
Yeah. Like it's like the power of suggestion is like the override of your system. Because your mind will say one thing, but the power of suggestion, you can override that and tell it what to think.
That's what yoga does. It creates it where you are the master of your mind and not the other way around. And that's like such a crazy moment when that finally happens.
Yeah.
And it's just matter, right? And matter is completely guided by consciousness, completely arranged by consciousness. So the more connected you are, the more the matter will change. It's just like it's so crazy.
Yeah. And it's like this going back to like the health, it's just so basic. Like, just get you nutrition, breath, circulation, and everything else will be all right.
It's almost like everything that they mess with in our country.
Yeah.
they mess with all of that. And then just people are so unhealthy here. I remember when I was in Europe, I'd be able to just kind of eat everything and my digestion was good. But here I have to like read the label. Oh, it's got this poison, it's got this ban thing. Oh, I can't have this, I can't have that. It gets to the point where you just have to like eat at home and cook for yourself all the time. And that's so impractical for a lot of people. I think it's part of the reason why Americans are in the predicament that they are when it comes to their digestion. And that affects your mood and it affects your mind and it affects everything.
Yeah, and I think we've all been in America, and I think this probably happens in Italy too, because but in a different way. And I'd like to start mimicking the way they do it, in the sense of like we base so much of our social lives around eating, and but in America we go out to eat, whereas here, especially like now that we still have sort of this COVID world, like I still do go out, but I don't want to go out anymore. Like I want to go to friends' house and have them cook for me, or let's cook together. Like I feel like I'm moving into that phase of my life. Like I don't want to go to a restaurant and have 100 strangers around me anymore. I want to go to like my friend's house and like let's cook up something homemade. And like I have the power of homemade food. Like people take that for granted. That is not something that is something I like cherish, because it wasn't something that was like necessarily available to me all the time.
Yeah, there's something really special about that, right? It's like cozy and
Yeah,
you
like
get the consciousness of the person who loves you making something for you, and that's a
yeah,
whole different level. That's definitely my love language when people
yeah,
cooking
exactly.
for me.
Like I still want to be social with people, but like first of all, going out to eat, I don't get to dictate how much food is putting on my plate. Like the
Sure, yeah.
restaurant tells me. And I like to dictate how much food is going on my plate and like what kind of foods is going on my plate. And yeah, like I think that's just where I'm heading. And I think my friends are, and even for me too, like it'll be like I could I can still socialize around food, but maybe it can be like a vegetable platter, or like instead of a bowl of nachos, which I'm not knocking nachos, they're still my favorite food. But I mean, especially as I'm getting older, like I really need to build
You
new
feel it
habits.
more, right? Like
What?
I'll feel it more now being older.
Yeah.
If I used to eat, oh my God, when I was in college, stuff I would eat and I'd just be fine. Now, I don't know. It's different. I need to like be more careful, otherwise I'm down and out
Oh
for a
man, I
couple of
could
days.
eat an easy mac, a grilled cheese, but the difference was in college, I was on the track team. I was running 10 miles a day.
Uh,
I'm not, and
mhm.
then I would go out every Thursday night. I'd be dancing. Like the amount of dancing I did all night long and the sweat. I'm going through really old pictures, and my goodness, I was like a tiny toothpick growing up. I mean, I'm happy where I am now because I still feel very healthy, and I feel a lot stronger than I've ever felt. But like when I look at myself, then I'm like, how did I eat like that? There's nothing on me. But now I really need to like, and I do feel I think I do eat relatively healthy. I mean, even when I worked in the city, I brought my own lunch every day. Like I preferred my salad versus going out and getting a salad. Also, it saved me up to $20 a day bringing my own lunch.
Mm.
I can't wait to have a garden in my backyard where I'm growing it.
Oh, I'm so excited for you.
Yeah. So, all right, let's do some breath and meditate. Yeah, so I think it's just like the power of suggestion, the way we talk to ourselves all day long, I think is an important part. It's like they talk about, and probably if this book was revised now, they would talk about our self-talk, or maybe that's where they're going in the next chapter, but
Maybe, yeah.
the nutrition, the blood, the breath, and the power of self-talk is like really important for our mental health.
It took me 10 years to do yoga teacher training, and I had so many good excuses that I believed them all. And then I did it with 2 little kids. And only when I went through training, I realized that I was just making BS up because I was afraid of, I don't know what was in my head, not being enough, not being good enough to do the training or whatever. Like that's what, but it took me 10 years.
Yeah. Yeah, but
because
you
of
got
all,
there. You got there. I mean, some people take 20 years. Some people never go.
but the power of thought, like that was the negative talk in my head.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually have a memory on my Facebook today that Rev sent me in 17, my anniversary email. So I've been going there since 16. Maybe, I don't know if today was the exact day. But around 2016, I've been showing up at Rev, and I walked in there around this time in 16, and by February I was signed up for teacher training. And I just
Oh, wow.
found the cutest card. Let me see if I can get it. I don't think it's going to be on here. No, it's not. It says, "Dear Pam, thank you for being the best teacher ever, best yoga teacher ever, and the best friend. Love and peace, Dominique."
Aw.
This was from one of the teens living in the shelter after I graduated teacher training, and I went and taught them in 17 before I knew what United We Own was, before I knew what they were doing. And made me think of all of them. All right, let's do some breath and meditate. Well, guys, do some alternate nostril breathing, taking your right hand to the face, right hand to right thumb to nostril, inhale through the left, close left, exhale right, inhale right, close right, exhale left, inhale left, close left, exhale right, inhale right, close right, exhale left, inhale left, close left, exhale right, inhale right, close right, exhale left. Continue on a few more rounds. If you work with locks and retention, you can add that into your practice. I'm gonna set our timer for 20 minutes, and you can join us when you're ready. Bringing hands to heart center. Namaste. Have a beautiful day, everybody.